Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sorfina Yasmin, and my student number is 202003101151. Today, I would like to talk about my research that I have done a couple weeks ago. It talks about diabetes mellitus risk of the medical students from Faculty of Medicine, University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. It consists of introduction, literature review, research method, findings, discussion, and conclusion. For the first is introduction. Diabetes mellitus is a chronic disease that exists both when the pancreas does not produce enough insulin or when the body cannot effectively use the insulin it produces. Hyperglycemia is an effect of unrestrained diabetes and lead to serious complications to especially the nerve and blood vessels. This disease is major cause of heart attacks, blindness, and stroke. The diagnostic of diabetes mellitus consists of thirst, polyuria, weight loss, glucose concentration more than 200 mg per dl, or fasting plasma glucose more than 126 mg per dl. Frequently, diabetes mellitus is a genetic disorder. Diabetes mellitus is a direct cause of 1.6 million deaths, and in 2012, high blood glucose another cause of 2.2 million deaths in the world. According to health research in 2018, the prevalence of diabetes mellitus in people over 15 years of age reached 4.79%. The figures from research 5 years earlier are from 2013 to 3.5%. The rise in the prevalence of diabetes mellitus is due to a lack of public awareness of how lifestyle is affecting the disease. The government has worked hard to reduce that figure with programs ranging from UNIFID teaching station in the center to the Ministry of Health. Disease prevention programs have also been implemented within the university circle, but an increasing number of students have been developing diabetes mellitus. There are many studies discuss about the risk of diabetes mellitus because of students' unhealthy lifestyle. However, there has been little research investigate students' knowledge and attitudes on management of diabetes mellitus. Literature review. First is theoretical framework. Type 2 diabetes mellitus, or DM, is a chronic metabolic disorder in which prevalence has been increasing steadily all over the world. Type 2 DM is due primarily to lifestyle factors and genetics. Type 2 DM is characterized by insulin intensivity because of insulin resistance, declining insulin production, and eventual pancreatic beta cell failure. As a result of this dysfunction, glucagon and hepatic glucose level that rise during fasting are not suppressed with a meal. Management of this disease is through lifestyle and diet modification. Empirical review. Some researchers found that risk of diabetes mellitus is driven with unhealthy lifestyle that commonly eat food with high sugar and carbohydrates. Other cause is like physical activity that make insufficient food digestion. Understandably, the prevalence of diabetes among college seniors is due to their poor lifestyle. Research methodology. This research study used a quantitative method. The researcher used questionnaire with some question. The participant is medical student from Faculty of Medicine on University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. The questionnaire will be shared digitally using Google Forms. The links will share on the group on WhatsApp and social media such as Instagram. Findings. The first diagram below shows the health promotion of diabetes mellitus on medical student on Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University. Based on the diagram, all of the participants know about diabetes mellitus. It means health promotion that paramedic does in the form of counseling to emphasize this topic is success. And also, based on the data, participants often see this disease in daily life. Findings 2, the second diagram shows medical student on Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University knowledge about diabetes mellitus in general. There is certain opinion about diabetes mellitus definition. It showed that 31.25% participants explain about insulin resistance. 92.5% participants thought diabetes is high blood sugar level, and 6.25% said diabetes mellitus is endocrine disease. It means that all the participants knew about diabetes mellitus in general. So the specific answer about diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disease that caused by insulin resistance that made high blood sugar level. The third diagram shows medical student of Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University awareness about the risk of diabetes mellitus. The diagram above shows 93.7% participant does not feel any or more of the symptoms that mentioned before, and 6.3% participant feel it. People who feel the symptoms must be more careful with keeping their blood sugar level below 100 milligram per dl. The fourth diagram shows medical student of Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University knowledge about diabetes mellitus risk factors. From the diagram, it shows that 87.5% participants choose obesity for the diabetes risk factor, and the rest of the participants choose unhealthy diet. No one choose alcohol consumption, although it also diabetes mellitus risk factor. The fifth diagram explains the diabetes mellitus symptoms experienced by medical students of Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University. The diagram explains less than 100% participants answer each option, even though all of the answers were right. The 81.3% participants choose increased hunger symptom, 87.5% choose frequent urination, 43.8% choose fatigue, 50% choose blurred vision, and 98.8% choose weight loss. So it means there are still many people who have not been educated about the symptom in specific way. The sixth diagram explains diabetes mellitus factor in the family of medical student of Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University. The result from diagram shows that 31.3% participants from medical student from UMY have more risk of diabetes mellitus than 98.7% who don't have genetic factor. It means people who have genetic risk become more susceptible. The seventh diagram shows about the medical student of Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University knowledge about diabetes mellitus treatment. From the data taken from diagram, participants who answer insulin injection for the treatment is 50%, while participants who answer lifestyle change is 37.5%. Lastly, participants who answer monitoring blood sugar is 12.5%. The last diagram explains medical student of Faculty of Medicine Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta University knowledge about diabetes mellitus prevention. Based from the data, there are 25% participants who answer get at least 30 minutes of physical activity 5 days a week for the prevention step. 25% participants also answer cut sugar and refined carbohydrates from your diet, and the rest answer is just lose weight and keep it off. Discussion. This study aims to find out medical students from Faculty of Medicine Yogyakarta University knowledge about diabetes mellitus risk. From the research of the questionnaire which they did, it showed that most of the participants knew about diabetes mellitus and even knew the detailed judging by question number 2. However, some of the participants still knew diabetes only as a blood sugar disease. It even better than not knowing at all. This also means that diabetes mellitus will be easier to avoid in the future. Based on the results above, it matched with the previous studies done by Abi Maru Alemayehu 2020 in his study entitled Knowledge and Associate Factors Toward Diabetes Mellitus among Adults Non-Diabetic Community Member of Gondar City, Ethiopia, 2019. Explained that the level of knowledge regarding diabetes mellitus was high among study participants, which indicate a need for health education intervention. Previous training on diabetes mellitus, educational status, and average monthly income, and being student were the factor associated with good knowledge about diabetes mellitus. In my opinion, medical student knowledge of diabetes mellitus has been very good. It means learning about congenital disease is well understood, although not all risk factors are understood, but their personal knowledge is enough to prevent diabetes mellitus in themselves or those around them. The probability of diabetes mellitus still persists when considering the hereditary factor and that symptoms have had. Conclusion. Diabetes mellitus is a chronic disease that exists both when the pancreas does not produce enough insulin or when the body can effectively use the insulin it produces. Diabetes mellitus type 2 is an insulin resistance that caused by lifestyle and genetic. In conclusion, this study surveyed the diabetes mellitus risk, which was followed by 19 participants from the medical student from Faculty of Medicine University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. The majority of medical students know the details of diabetes mellitus, which is the definition, symptom, risk factor, treatment, and prevention. Some who are not familiar with diabetes may never have a health education about it. The findings on this study can be a consideration for college to promoting further diabetes mellitus. This study proved that there will be easily to preventing diabetes mellitus because of medical student education. However, medical students and paramedics need a good teamwork to prevent it. Set some precaution there are possible in healthy lifestyle and diet modification because insulin injection and pharmacological agent for advanced therapies. Suggestion for participants is students should start eating high nutrition food so it can be easy to digest by liver so that it doesn't cause insulin resistance and diabetes doesn't happen. Exercise should start from twice a week to every day at a frequency of 30 minutes a day. Other than that, diabetes mellitus intervention should be done more often by the government or campus. The target participant are not only students, but residents around the campus. Suggestion for the next researchers should take more data from the student and if it is possible, use other students from different department or students who are not in college like high school students to compare the data. I think it will be more easy if we use high school students because they have more time for us to be informed. We can use qualitative study for high school college to facilitate them so they would not have to access the questionnaire. The question that used should be more and include vast knowledge. I think this is enough from me. Sorry if I make mistake. Thank you for your attention.